Hi, dear viewers. This is Rashid Manzur, and today we're going to talk about IELTS Speaking Test. First of all, let me share one thing with you. Speaking test is actually the phobia for many candidates because they think that it's the most difficult test. But actually, it is very easy. As a matter of fact, you just need to have preparation, the right preparation with the right material, and you have to utilize and employ the right techniques and strategies if you want to be expert in IELTS speaking test. Well, first of all, remember IELTS speaking test is comprised of almost 11 to 15 minutes a test. It's a basically kind of interview between you and the examiner. On one side, you will be sitting as a candidate, whereas on the other side, you will find the examiner. In most of the cases, the examiners are native speakers. They might be indigenous as well in some cases, like from your own country. But in most of the cases, they are native speakers. Well, what you need to do is to understand the format of the test first. The test is comprised of three sections. The first section deals with the general questions about you, about your family, about your hometown, about your likes and dislikes, and other things like this. And the first module, the first part or the first section of a speaking test is not graded at all because this is just there as a warm-up session, and it is just to keep you at the comfort zone because there are candidates who are nervous starter. So the examiner understands it very well that there might be some nervous starters, and for them there should be some leverage. And you know why? This is very much important in the sense that the examiner has to put the candidate at ease. The candidate and the examiner must have developed some kind of a bonding before they engage into part two and part three of speaking test. Well, so the examiner asks very simple questions, and when you enter the examination center, you just take permission from the examiner. You can say, like, if it is a morning time, you can say good morning sir or good morning ma'am, and then you can ask, oh, may I come in sir or may I come in ma'am. After that, you can just enter the examination room and take the permission to sit. After that, the examiner is going to ask you simple questions. Like, first of all, he would introduce himself. Like, instead of taking your introduction, he would rather introduce himself or herself. After that, the examiner is going to check your ID that you have given during the registration process. And after checking that, the examiner starts with the simple questions like, are you a student or professional, where are you from, and all that, and simple things related to your daily life. And the time duration for this kind of activity, the part one session is from 4 to 6 minutes. All right. After that, the examiner gives you a cue card, which is actually kind of a topic mentioned on a piece of paper with some prompts on it. All right. It has some points that can help you develop into a complete topic. The examiner will give you a piece of paper, which is a cue card, along with a pencil, so that you can write the points. You are given just 1 minute as preparation, and after that, the examiner, once 1 minute is over, the examiner asks you to start speaking. Well, let me tell you about cue card topics. They are of descriptive nature. You may be required to describe a person, a place, or thing, or a situation. So based on all that, you have to continue speaking. Well, you are given 1 to 2 minutes to continue talking on the cue card topic, It's a kind of monologue, which means one person talking alone. Once 2 minutes are over, the examiner stops you and he or she may ask you a few questions in order to wind up the topic. Once it is over, the examiner engages you into a detailed discussion in part three. Part three is actually uh, more of abstract nature because you have to answer the questions which are based on your imagination, prediction skill, compare and contrast, and the questions that require you to think deeply or to give your opinion, etc. Well, once you are done with the part two topic, which is like 1 minute for preparation and 2 minutes for speaking and 1 minute for round of questions, you move on to the third part, as I said, which is based on extended questions or detailed discussion. Well, uh, once you answer all these questions, the test is over. Now, the things that the examiner judges based on the whole speaking test, let me tell you. For example, first of all, he would check how much variety of vocabulary expressions you have used. Like, are you using the same words over and over again, or you're using some kind of synonyms or some parallel expressions? At the same time, the examiner is also indirectly checking your grammatical patterns and structures. And, in other words, the examiner wants to check your whether you have used a variety of sentence structures. Like some sentences are simple, others are compound, and then there are sentences which are complex, and some might be compound complex. Well, the greatest scorer or the greatest band achiever is the one who tries to use a variety of sentence structures. Okay? And then the examiner also wants to check your pronunciation. Accent doesn't matter, but it is just an edge. If you have a good accent, it is good, but otherwise, it's not disadvantage. But of course, your good pronunciation is a badge of good breeding. It is very much important to have good pronunciation. You cannot mispronounce words, otherwise, you will definitely be marked down. So, what you can do is to improve your pronunciation, try to use a variety of vocabulary expressions, and also use a variety of sentence structures in order to show to the examiner that you really have a good command over vocabulary expressions as well as grammar structures. But then development of ideas is one thing that needs to be considered. If you don't know how to develop your ideas, you wouldn't be able to extend your talk to at length. So you need to know how to develop your ideas. So what you can do is to just keep talking about the same thing, but bringing more and more ideas that can make your conversation more effective and scoring as well. Well, uh, these are the basic things about IELTS speaking test, and there are many other things that yet we have to definitely delve deep. We have to dig deep in other things as well. In my next video, I would definitely take you into the depth of the minutest details of IELTS speaking test. But this is just a general information regarding IELTS speaking test and the strategies. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to get more videos like this, if you want to improve your band in IELTS speaking, just like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.